According to the reliable Jacob Benz, Arsenal are serious in their pursuit of Benfica's Joao Neves. So in today's video, I just want to talk about him a bit more. I already made a video on him and the sort of talent he is, but I just want to go in a bit more depth because I really was impressed watching him in the international duty against Finland for Portugal. But before I begin, as always, if you are new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on those notifications if you haven't already, and as always, like the video. Make sure to do that before you start watching. So without further ado, let's begin. Joao Neves, 19 years old, 20 years old, around there. Top talent. I'm telling you now, this kid is going to go right to the very top. He reminds me of a combination of profiles. We almost look at players as either a 6 or an 8 or a 10 if they're going to play in the midfield. And Joao Neves has the quality to be a 6. He has the technical ability and the awareness to play there. But of course, I don't think his physical frame is suited to that role. But I feel like an 8 is really where you'll get the best out of Joao Neves. For the national team, he's had to play a lot deeper and he still showed the quality that he has. But for me, he's definitely an 8. That all-round number 8, you know, we look at Gundogan as a fantastic number 8. Joao Neves can certainly do the Gundogan role, but even better, do it even to a higher level because he's an all-round midfielder. You ask him to build up, he can do that. His range of passing is absolutely incredible, and his ball striking and his ability in and around the box is at such a high level. And when Benfica are given that price tag of 120 million, I can't even argue. I think he really is an 120 million talent. People talk about Enzo Fernandez. Joao Neves is on a completely different planet to him in terms of quality. I think that he can go down as Benfica's better midfielder. We talk about him coming in last year to replace Enzo Fernandez, and they haven't missed him at all. So Joao Neves, I've already said, see him as an 8. And I think his partnership with Declan Rice could be absolutely incredible. We're talking about two players that are polar opposites in the way they play, really. I mean, the passing range of Joao Neves, like I've said, has been really good. Declan Rice hasn't quite got the passing range, although he's really secure and you can trust him in the build-up. Joao Neves technically is just on a different level, and that's expected. You give it to Joao Neves in really tight areas, he can collect it, he can scan the pitch, he already knows where he wants his next pass to be, and that's really important for an Arteta team because we have the ball a lot. We need players who are comfortable with the ball to their feet, and Joao Neves can certainly do that. And what would this do for us to have Joao Neves is allow Odegaard to play a bit higher of the pitch and allow Odegaard to also play across the midfield. We talk about Odegaard playing next to Saka. I feel like we can see him more towards that left-hand side and Joao Neves on the right. There can be this perfect sort of rotation, both really intelligent players, and they can really start swapping about with Declan Rice behind them. And Joao Neves has the ability to know if Declan Rice has gone forward or he's going to be driving with the ball forward. Joao Neves would be able to come in and just sit in that 6 area. He has enough quality to do that. In emergency situations, he can certainly play in that 6. And there's this consensus about Joao Neves that he isn't physical, he isn't strong enough, he's short, but he really uses his frames at such a high level. You can really trust Joao Neves in the duels. He's fantastic, tenacious. I hate to make this comparison because it may come as a violation at Joao Neves, but he reminds me of the tenacious ability of Lucas Torreira. I don't know if you guys remember him when he played for Arsenal. Of course, that man of the match run he had was absolutely incredible. I've always been a fan of Lucas Torreira. It was just a shame he didn't have the intelligence, the technical ability to really go on to become an incredible player. But Joao Neves in the duels, the aggressive nature of him reminds me of Lucas Torreira. They're around the same height as well. I think Joao Neves is slightly taller, but still that tenacious ability, that willingness to go into the duels. We talk about getting into the box, finding good areas in the box. Joao Neves certainly has that. So for me, all-round midfielder, exactly what we need in the midfield, can really form a brilliant partnership with Declan Rice, with Martin Odegaard. And we're always talking about finding this midfielder who has all their different attributes. You know, we don't want to have this situation where Kai is having to play in that left centre mid role. It really does affect us when we're trying to build up. And yeah, so Joao Neves for me, just such an incredible talent. Let's just talk about that price, 120 million. You guys, let's not lie to each other. That is a lot of money, and you've got to be assured that this guy is going to make it with that sort of money. His injury record, we've got to look at that as well, has been excellent. It's his first season in adult football as well, so you have to factor that in. Are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to pay 120 million? Because Benfica aren't going to budge, of course. They've already said that, and rightly so. This kid is really, really top level. For me personally, would I pay 120 million? Maybe. If it's a favourable payment scheme and we can work it into installments that are favourable to us, I don't see why not, because he certainly has that sort of quality of a 120 million player. And the competition will be a lot less. A lot of the clubs will be put off by the fact Benfica want that release clause to be paid, or he is staying at the club. Of course, Manchester United is sniffing around when they never, Chelsea as well. But I think our project is absolutely incredible. We've talked about Benjamin Sesko, for example, has reportedly chosen our project over Chelsea's and Manchester United. So there you go. If these sort of players are choosing Arsenal, even if they know they're not going to be integrated in the side straight away, it just goes to show how strong Mikel Arteta has made us. But in Joao Neves' case, I definitely think he will come straight into the lineup, no doubt about that. No disrespect to the likes of Thomas Partey, who possibly could still leave the club. And no disrespect to the likes of Jorginho as well, credible midfielder. But Joao Neves really is the next step for us to become really, really good. But let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on Joao Neves? Have you watched him in depth? Do you think he's worth that 120 million? Just let me know in the comment section down below. To end the video, I just want to show you the stats of Joao Neves in that friendly game for Portugal against Finland. Absolutely incredible. 113 touches. He wants the ball. He's not scared to receive the ball. No matter where he is on the pitch, he wants that ball to his feet, and he knows he has the ability to take on players or to play the next pass. A 96% pass accuracy with 101 attempted passes is absolutely incredible. Such a good player with that one key pass as well. 5 out of 7 long balls completed as well. 7 out of 7 ground duels won. Mikel Arteta will be salivating seeing that Joao Neves is an absolute demon in these duels. He doesn't back out of the duels. He wins his duels. And this is what Mikel Arteta wants from his midfield. Midfielders who never back out of the duels are always going to win the duels with a bit of technical ability as well. We look at that as well. Only lost the ball 4 times and was fouled once. And now when you look at the defensive stats, a lot of people prefer this over the technical ability right now. And well, he always is at the standard you would want with those 3 tackles and 2 interceptions. He loves to be involved in midfield battles. He doesn't mind if it gets a bit scruffy. Doesn't mind if it comes to technical ability. Joao Neves can really show what he's made of, regardless of the game state. And his mental profile is so high. Being called up to Portugal, Roberto Martinez, who is the current manager of Portugal, was saying how he instantly got respect of the dressing room when he started playing for Portugal. And these sort of players just don't come around a lot. So the fact he's demanded respect through his footballing ability just shows how good of a player he is. Anyway, goodness, that's it for now. Let me know what your thoughts are on Joao Neves. Do you think he's the sort of player we need to play in the 8 role, or is there someone else you prefer? So without further ado, peace.